I actually started Kirk's album at exactly the same time as I started the album with John Haycock.
Oh, right,
That is yet to be
Which
released.
is an amazing album,
It
man.
is amazing. I'm
Oh
really
my
proud of
God.
that one. Yeah, that is really different.
That is a trippy, beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just a beautiful
I'll send
album.
you a link. I'll send you a link to that. You can have an exclusive listen.
Oh,
Yeah,
that'd be
awesome.
great, man. Yeah, I'd love to hear that.
But both of those albums, I had this sort of idea that I was going to do it first time to do things to a click.
Right.
You know, that means, you know, so you do it to a
Yeah.
metronome. You know what it is, but some people out there might not know it. But
Did we do it to a click?
we did, yeah. But I mean, it ended
Kirk
up being a
did
complete
realise.
nightmare. It ended up being
clicks, man.
yeah. It ended up being a really useless idea. And it did pay off a little bit actually when we got Mikey Wilson.
Yeah.
So
Who's Mikey Wilson?
it's good, worth mentioning. I'm glad you asked that. So
Drum roll.
yeah, he's a fantastic drummer. So we started off, I just got Kirk to do his sing and play the guitar and just recorded that. That was the bedrock of
Was
it.
that? Did you track that at the same time, or did you track the guitar and then track the vocals?
We did them at the same time.
Same time.
Yeah,
right,
and then
yeah.
some of them we did extra. We did vocals afterwards. I think we did anyway. Yeah, we did because it affects the way that he plays. You know, I know that I would have wanted to get it like that.
What are you saying? Did I sing and play at the same time?
Yeah.
Yeah, when you recorded it.
Yeah, I did, yeah.
Right.
And then I got Mikey Wilson. He's this fantastic drummer. He's a really good friend of mine. He's a beautiful guy.
That was the change, wasn't it?
He's even more. He's older than me, but he's been in Manchester music scene for so long, and he's just like a world class drummer. He plays with like Kieran Bailey Ray now,
he's heavy, isn't he?
but like me, he's never ended up moving to London. Do you know what I mean? He's always been around here. He is very heavy, and he really showed how amazing he was on because I booked him and a friend of mine, an engineer that I knew worked really well with him. Yvonne Ellis is no relation to me, but I booked her as an engineer because I knew that she knew how to get the most out of Mikey.
Right.
And I booked 2 consecutive days for him to play the drums on Kirk's album and John Haycock's album. And no kidding, most of the drums on Kirk's album is Mikey. And that was the first time he'd heard any of those tunes. Most of them, you know, that in that day, I mean, some of them might have been like second or third take at most.
Yeah.
But he'd never heard the tunes until that day, you know. And what he plays on both albums, same with John's album, what he plays on both albums, he's incredible. No one else could have done that I know. And I played with a lot of drummers. No one could have played it like that. You know, with the life. It's all about the life, getting the life in the music.
Yeah, good move. That was your call. That.
Yeah. So we got that down, and
because
then
weren't we going to program them on just like a little keyboard, the drums?
we had some ideas of doing
some mini drums.
We had some idea. I wanted to make it a bit.
Paul McCartney, didn't we do it ourselves? But
I had an idea of
I
wanting
realised
to
I'm
make
pretty
it.
fucking shit at all the other instruments.
Right,
I can barely
yeah.
play the guitar, but
Yeah, I had an idea of doing it more electronic. Yeah,
Right. Okay.
but I had done stuff like that in the past. It was a long time ago, and then when I got onto the computer, I just realised, you know, like, do I really want to be sat in front of a screen doing this with this music? It's not the life, you know. When I've my best friends, some fantastic musicians out there, and I knew that we could just like, you know, let's get a bit of money together. It wasn't nowhere near what you should be paid in a world scale, and let's just make this happen, you know. And it was like, yeah, of course we should. This is bullshit. You know what I mean? It's like, beep, boop, doop, 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 you know, like on a screen, moving things around. It's like, nah.
Tedious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, no way. So that's what happened. And then there was just like, after that, just 2 years, we just faffing around, all kinds of bollocks before we actually got the thing out. Eventually, I'd finished a bunch of all the mixes, and it was sounding good. But there was a finishing process that the mastering guy, which is a friend of ours, a friend of Kirk's, an old friend of Kirk's, he ended up sort of taking my mixes and just, because he's really super high-end mixing engineer.
I'm so blessed, man. I'm so blessed with this album.
What's this guy's name?
Dave McEwen.
Dave McEwen.
Yeah, he's an Australian guy.
Right.
But he's working in London with, like, he's been just working on like Sting's musical. He's like been meeting Sting.
Shit, right.
So, you know, you have to be like really, you know, he's just like really super on it.
Works with Nate and Sarney. Have you heard of Nate and Sarney?
No.
Mchelleneys, he's kind of his sound man. But his name's great.
really, really super professional, uber professional level. And I'm not saying that I'm
What the
not.
fuck he's doing with me? It gets bad. Yeah, of course you are.
I'm not saying
Of
I'm
course
not.
you are,
But you know, on the audio level, it's like I'm just looking for like let's make it work. You know what I mean? I'm a production person in the sense of ideas and also just getting to the finishing line. You know, that's a big part of being a producer in anything, film, music, is just get the bleeding thing finished, get it out of the door. You know, because so many people don't finish things. I myself, my early years, I was the same. And you got big ideas, everything's got to be right. So anyone out there who's trying to record something, don't just get it finished, and then you can make the next one. Some people spend years and years making that because they want to make it. This is my album. I'm going to make it the absolute ultimate. It's got to be fantastic. It's got to be the best thing ever.
Yeah.
And they never even finish that one. So it's just, you've got to finish that one and then you can make another one. You know, it's like, just get the bleeding thing finished.
Definitely, man. And there's a thing of like, you know, doing it and making the mistakes and then just learn from that and don't make the mistakes in the next one.
You've got to be able to let it go. You've got to be able to let go. That's definitely, yeah. So, you know, it's not always easy, and it can be torturous, and there's always tortuous times, like with Kirk's album, definitely, and all John's as well, you know. Yeah, it's like you start to think, oh my God, what's going on? Is this...
You did, man. You did all that work, really. It was your fucking... You totally produced that album, you know what I mean? It sounds great. That's why it sounds awesome.
The arrangements, you know? But that end process of the hi-fi did really pull it off for Kirk's album.
Yeah.
It did work.
Yeah, so you...
Devin,
he really gave it an extra kind of...
Yeah, he's got that
crisp
touch, and he's got the gear as well, and he's got the know-how, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But God bless him, he stuck to the arrangements and the mixes that we'd done. But
he changed one track, didn't he?
He changed one track, which was great as well. So again, that's what I'm saying, a lot of great characters put their magic on that album,
Yeah.
Cool. And in terms of what did you play on the album? Because I remember when Kirk was telling me about it, it seemed like it was like fucking everything.
Loads of shit, loads of stuff, like, you know, obviously the keyboards, the bass, some bass.
The bass, there's some of the bass playing on that album. I don't know if it is you or if it's someone else. Did you do all the bass playing on it?
Not all, but some of it.
Some of it's fucking unbelievable.
Not the double bass playing for starters. There's a couple of double bass.
Neil's on it, isn't he?
It's Neil Fairclough.
Oh yeah, The really unbelievable track is Neil Fairclough.
Is that second track?
If it's like really fast, kind of.
It might be.
Anything that's like technically sounds really, really hard. It won't be me.
You played on.
Is it on Love Will Find a Way? Or Is he on that one?
He's amazing.
That's the only one he played on. Yeah.
I got him. He plays with Queen.
Yeah, no, he's a good man, isn't he?
He's amazing.
He's off with Roger Taylor at the minute now.
Yeah.
It's fucking
really.
Yeah, radio.
So I grew up with him.
Right.
Yeah, he's amazing. I grew up with him in music. You know, in Manchester, we were playing in the same bands, and you know, this is another one for anybody out there that, because for years I was one of the first ones who started to get tours away and going abroad and all these fancy places and stuff. And then a few of our mates started to get similar things, you know, and some of them moved to London and stuff. Neil, nothing happened. And everyone knew, all of our peers, you know, knew that he was just like phenomenal talent, but he was still stuck in Bolton, you know, and it made me sad. I remember quite a few times I'd meet him and, you know, I wouldn't even know what to say because I would just say, look, you know, something, you know, you should be out there, man. Because I knew he was world class. And in the end, he gets the biggest gig out of any of us, you know, which was actually his dream. He loved Queen. Do you know what I mean? So actually he ended up, he's because Brian May and they've forgotten stuff that he can tell. Brian May said, what did I play in this song? And Neil's show him how to do it. He's amazing, yeah.
Thank you for listening. Be sure to subscribe to the podcast to catch up on new episodes every week. Also, check us out on our Facebook and Instagram at RecRooms, where you can find out about our other exciting music series. We also have this and all our other episodes of the podcast up on our RecRooms YouTube channel for your viewing pleasure. See you next time.